Hi, welcome to You Time. The purpose of You Time is to help you prioritize yourself by taking a few minutes each day so that you can be the best version of yourself for the other people in your life. The information presented in this interview is not necessarily my personal endorsement. It is also in no way an endorsement from my employer. Well, hello, welcome to You Time. In today's You Time, I'm going to be interviewing Alex Pinegger, who is a nutrition coach. Thank you for joining us, Alex.
Well, thank you so much for having me here, Synne.
It's really great to have you on. I was very excited to make your acquaintance through a mutual connection of ours. And I'd love it if you could tell the audience a little bit about what a nutrition coach is and how you came to be one.
Yes, I would gladly do that. So for me, that was a small story because I didn't wake up early age and just decided to be a nutrition coach. But I had a career in the hotel industry, doing a lot of restaurant work and then being a sommelier, morphing into banqueting, and then quit that job from the hotel industry altogether to end up in a hospital where I kind of focused on processes. But the love of food, which I kind of developed in the hotel industry, stayed with me all along. And yeah, that is why the idea of becoming a nutrition coach was in the back of my head for a long time. So would it be okay at this part just to share with you how I got there? Would that be in order?
Please do.
Okay, so, well, since your podcast is also about self-care, maybe I can come a little bit from that side. And that was when I decided when I was, how old was I? Maybe 32. I'm 39 now. So at 32, this thought hit me that if I don't take care of myself now as I'm doing sports, I might never get moving at all. So this is, or never, this is going to be the time to do it. And when I went to the gym, a friend took me with her to do CrossFit, I realized, oh, bummer, it actually does matter what I put into my body. And I realized that Snickers, which is the sugary candy bar here with nuts and caramel, is not really awesome fuel for your body. And I realized that it does make a difference if you eat salads or packaged food. And noticed that when I made the right choices, that my body actually performed better during sport. Better performance in my case actually just meant surviving because I wasn't really used to moving a lot. So there, I just wanted to know how this works. When do I have to eat what, and how much, and during what time, how often. And I got a little bit overwhelmed by all this information, I realized. So the next step would be like, where can I get great advice on how to, go all about this overwhelm? And I found Precision Nutrition. It's an online course. Has 2 levels. I did the first and the second one. The second one is a year long. And what I love about their approach, which is now also mine, is that it's a client-centered approach. So all the questions which I had before about how much you eat, when do you eat, how do you eat, kind of really depend on you. It needs to suit me. So on the other hand, if I want to help others to integrate healthy eating into their busy lives, it really needs to suit them. So I went for a very client-centered approach with Precision Nutrition, and I did there a year-long coaching program. And that was just amazing because it gave me the tools of helping people on how to implement healthy eating habits in their days and do so consistently, because I think that's the key. We all have these New Year's Eve resolutions, and then usually after 1 month we kind of fall off and we get back into old habits. And yeah, sometimes it's so tough. I get that. But that is the nice thing about a nutrition coach. It can really help you to find the nuggets for your day-to-day life, which help you to really stay on track and follow the goals you set yourself. I don't know. Does that make a little bit more clear how I see nutrition coaching?
I think that's very clear. And I what you're saying really resonates with me. I've had weight issues my whole life, and I've tried pretty much everything, and I've found something that's been successful for me. And I know the relationship between what goes in your body and self-care, and not to mention, how when you're taking care of yourself physically, it affects you emotionally, and it gives you more self-confidence, and that sort of spills over into all areas of your life.
Oh yes, yes, I agree. It's also the Brendan, who we are both following. He talks about this high performance, and that one of the very basic and fundamental pillars is nutrition, apart from exercise and sleep and everything. But nutrition is one very important pillar. And he says what really resonates with me is like, have you made your health your priority for at least for 1 year? And if not, take the next year or start right now, because I mean, it's just 1 year of your entire life, and it does do you good. Plus, don't we all want to live a long, happy, and healthy life? I mean, it's so much nicer when we are healthy, isn't it?
I love that. And I have to say, I never felt like I ate better than I did at certification week.
Woohoo!
The food that they served, this group of high performance coaches was amazing, and full of nutrients and power foods. And it was really excellent. And I could feel, we had to keep our energy up for 48 hours. And
Yes.
I feel like the nutrition was a huge part of that.
Yes, I agree. And once we realize that, oh my gosh, this is actually a gift, it's something what we, I believe, can influence very easily. I mean, we don't have to, get many appliances. We don't have to be a chef. We don't have to have the super kitchen. It's really about the simple steps and the small decisions we take every day, to really stay on the healthier side and maintain the high energy level. Mm-hmm.
So I know, I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about the different coaching opportunities that you have going on that you'd like to share with the listeners. I also know that you have a challenge coming up, and I'd love you to be able to speak a little bit about that.
Oh, yes. Well, so I'm a nutrition coach. You can do one-on-one coaching with me. My webpage is on No Fuzz Meal Prep. So that is the one-on-one coaching. But what's really nice, and what maybe your listeners could be interested in, and to get a start into healthy eating and especially meal prep, is my free challenge. It's coming up next Monday, the 20th of May. And it's a free challenge where we get together in a Facebook group where I come on live and just share a nugget on one topic, how I believe you can set yourself up for success to integrate meal prep in your day-to-day life. Because even once you realize which diet you want to follow, or that you want to eat healthier, well, life happens and everything gets so stressful and so much is going on and you have so much you're juggling at the same time. So I really want to help you there in that moment to, kind of beat the overwhelm, focus on what's important for you in this moment to make it work. And that's what the challenge is about. So shorten the shopping time, shorten the time in the kitchen, I would dare say by half. If you're going shopping daily, that is definitely not necessary. So if you want to save time and free up time so you can indulge in your next project, I would really love for you to join the Crack the Meal Prep Code Challenge with me on Monday, the 20th. That's where we start. It goes 1 week.
I think that's great. And, not to mention the fact that eating well, is one of the pillars of high performance. and taking care of your body physically is a form of self-care. You know, cutting down on meal prep and all of those things, on cooking time and meal prep, gives you extra time to participate in other self-care activities, whether it's exercise or resting or taking a bath or reading or just whatever, you know, your personal favorite self-care activity is.
Yes, absolutely. And I want, to prepare the food, not to be a chore where you're like, or a chore, I think you say, where you, oh gosh, you're dreading it. You're on your way home, you're sitting in the car and you're sitting, oh my gosh, what am I going to have for dinner tonight? Fridge is empty. Oh, I have to go shopping. What do I shop? And it can be really hard. So it takes out a lot of energy. And I would like to get it to a level where it's just as brushing your teeth. You're in and out of the grocery store, you're in and out of the kitchen, but you can make sure you have delicious, nourishing dishes on your table. And I'm usually aiming for under 10 minutes. Now, I'm doing it already for some time, but I'm pretty sure that 20 minutes is the max, and then you should have your meal ready on the table. Of course, it requires some prep time. That's what the meal prep is about. But at the same time, I'm not going to ask you to slave away for hours on Sundays. That's not the deal, because we want this time to enjoy other things.
I think that's great. I'm going to join your challenge.
Woohoo!
All right. If there, do you have any last minute tidbits that you'd like to share?
Oh, I'm just wanting to share that if you want to take care of yourself and you think that nutrition or food could be an aspect of it, and you're wondering if you have what it takes, if you have the time, if you have the discipline, I would say yes, you do. Just start. And don't start alone. There's so many groups out there, and there's our group, and there's the challenge now where we can start together. But don't wait, because the sooner we start to take care of ourselves, the more we have of our lives. So don't wait.
I think that's great. Well, thank you, Alex. I hope that people find you on Facebook and on your website. And I think this will resonate with a lot of the UTime listeners, and hopefully they will commit to taking the next step with their nutritional health.
Yes, that would be great.
So thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me.